topics, weird news, shock talk radio, cavecrewradio.com.
Welcome to the Cave Crew Radio pre-show. We are about to go live on cavecrewradio.com, YouTube and Facebook. Please share the show and remember to like, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss a thing. And please leave us your comments too. Get ready. It's going to be another big show with all the latest hot topics, pop culture and weird news. Ladies and gentlemen, and I use that term loosely, here are your hosts, DK and the Big B.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DK. It's great to be with you here again tonight. The Big B and I are here on our annual pre-show. Jason Scott out there saying, hello, hello. We got some big news coming up for you, ladies and gentlemen, on this show. We've got scheduled to appear Scotty and Cher, as well as Mike Jolitz, and all kinds of fun, so you don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to spoil the epicenter, Big B, but I have questions about the sound effects that you were making on the pre-show before we even were on YouTube.
Before I even saw you come into the room, I was just waiting.
Yes. And I don't want to spoil anything. And a big hello to our favorite Sensi girl, Amanda, is also in chat. It sounded like you were grounding like Wacko Tobacco or something. Like, oh, look who's back.
Oh, short sigh.
Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe.
I was not grinding anything.
You weren't grinding
mixing anything. Tobacco. I was not mixing anything. I was not grinding anything.
Okay. I was kind of perceiving you once we went on camera with a large bong from like India. Like you went down to Kathmandu and you ordered this large bong and you were going to be like smoking away. Gone is the peanut butter whiskey.
No, those days are long gone for me.
No,
I still have the peanut butter whiskey. I'm almost done with this bottle. Short sigh. You must drink with me to finish off this bottle tonight. And then I have 2 unopened bottles beside me. So I will start on another one.
And you're going to need one next week. I've got a big announcement. Speaking of gurus, that's my only clue.
Speaking of gurus. Interesting. Okay.
More interesting is for you. You don't like to let me in on anything, so I'm waiting for you to be there in a flowered moo with your bong.
That is still not going to happen.
Okay, I don't know, folks. Stay tuned. 5 minutes, 27 seconds.
I'm telling you, the epicenter is very, very mundane, but it's what I'm involved in at this moment.
So I don't have to like breaking news.
No, there's no breaking. Not like last week. Last week was some breaking news.
Breaking news.
This week it's rather mundane and
all right,
nothing special.
After a Sunday show, listen, I got to ask you something because so this week, like Monday,
yep.
Ontario, Canada, which is where I live, we finally dropped the mask mandate.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, like how you found it when you did the dropping. I walked into every store I could, smiling with my not so pearly whites. Great to see people, great to see their faces. But I'd say there was probably, I don't want to quite go 50, but close to 50% were still wearing masks.
Well, back here, they lifted the like in-store mask mandates a long time ago, and then they tried to reinstitute them. But I never put on my mask again. So once they dropped it, I don't even know how many months ago it was. I'd go into the store without a mask. I didn't give a shit if I was the only one. And a lot of times I was one of maybe 2 people that didn't have a mask on.
See,
I didn't give a shit.
I felt in the majority. I felt so good to see people smile and speak without trying to, like, it always reminded me of Cornelius and the Planet of the Apes, like all that, the mask was like an ape from Planet of the Apes speaking.
Right. Yeah, I like I said, a lot of times I was, in most places I was in the minority, including the workers. Like the workers would still wear masks and all of this, and then they tried to reinstitute it again, but they kind of didn't make it mandatory, so it was like up to the store's discretion. And even if there were signs on the outside of the door, you must wear a mask. I never bothered. I walked in. Nobody ever said anything to me.
Yeah, I wear no mask now. Hey, I just find it ironic. There were so many people like, open the restaurants, open this, open that. No, I'm still wearing a mask. I actually saw a guy today, Big B, and I'm not shitting you. He was driving down the road all by himself, not another passenger in the car, and he had his mask on.
Well, that was, see, I take the other side of that, because especially when the pandemic was raging and nobody knew a lot about it, and you'd see the people wearing the only passenger in the car wearing a mask, and they would always be made fun of. But I would always take the other side of it, saying, you don't know if it's an Uber driver going from one passenger to going to pick up another.
Put it down on your chin.
You don't know if it's a delivery guy, if he's going from one delivery to another. It's just easier to leave it on. And you've worn the mask enough to know at times you just forget it's on.
No, I don't. It is the most uncomfortable, glass fogging, breath inhibiting piece of shit that has ever been brought into my life. The vaccines were nothing. The shots, I didn't even feel them. I got a minimal sore arm. The passports were nothing. I pull it up on the masks were bullshit from day one.
Oh, I'm not arguing that, but as far as the people driving in the mask alone in the car, you don't know what they're doing if they're going from one place to another. Like I said, Uber driver, DoorDash guy, whatever. For those guys, they're in and out all the time. It's probably just easier to leave it on.
I'm going to drive around next week with my Bordeaux mask on everywhere. I'm going to start wearing Bordeaux mask inside every public place I go. Across North America, I will be wearing my Bordeaux mask. All right.
That's going to be your version of chair?
Yeah, it's going to be my version of chair. Speaking of who, he'll be here very soon as well. He's scheduled to appear as well as Mike Jolitz. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some major announcements. I have a brainstorm that I'd like to throw out there a little later. But anyway, hold on to your hats. Stay tight. We're turning on the radio, recording the podcast. Here we go.
Air traffic control, bring in New York. Roger that. Bring in Canada. 10-4. Gentlemen, we have liftoff.
The show is about to start.
Right, we have liftoff.
In 3, 2, 1. You are listening to the #1 shock talk comedy show on the planet. Weird news,
Hot topics, pop culture, improv, and shenanigans. All talk all the time. Cave Crew Radio at cavecrewradio.com.
Oh no, what's gonna happen?
This is Radio. Cave Crew Radio.
When the world turned their back on men with a dream and savage yearning within them, legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary, a consuming flame that defies plausible explanation, battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of being men.
I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of The Masculine Feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gonna go to a place like a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Clayman, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball! It's a power play goal!
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Indeed, it is Cave Crew Radio, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. My name is DK. I am live at my cave in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. It is officially spring. Doesn't feel like it. It even feels weird being here tonight. After like 5 short days ago, we were day drinking with you on a Sunday. But back here we are again with a full show and some major announcements. But I think we have a lot of fun ahead for you, ladies and gentlemen. We are live on cavecrewradio.com. We are live on YouTube. And we are live in our Facebook group, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, now stands at, I should probably get a sound effect for this. 1,052 members. Thank you
Yay.
very much for everyone sharing that. And it took us forever, but we're starting to grow again. So anyhow, I don't want to hold up the show any longer. Let me first of all bring in our co-host from Queens, New York. He is the self-elected president of the United States. He is the Duke of Urine Stench Alley, as knighted by the Queen herself. He is also a university graduate, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, always the epicenter of something. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Big B.
Yes, live from Queens, New York, I am Sir Big B, your president-elect of the United States of America. And as always, the epicenter of something this week, DK is anxiously awaiting. I am, and I told you it's nothing special, I am the epicenter of all things repurposing this studio.
Yeah, but what's that noise? It sounded like you were grounding wacko tobacco or something in the back.
So this was originally set up back when I was doing the metal show as like a music type radio station. So I had mics everywhere. I had seats for various guests. I had whole bands in here, plus the other 2 guys I was doing the show with. So starting starting this past weekend, I've really started to tear everything down. And I'm truly converting this into a working office, because I'm doing a lot of work, and my wife does stuff and she has to do some work down here as well. So what that sound was a paper shredder.
Oh, you're getting rid of some dirty laundry, some skeletons in the closet.
I am getting rid of documentation. So I ordered a paper shredder. I got a file organizer, and as you brought up in the pre-show, our wonderful Scentsy lady, I ordered a nice wax warmer that I have going right now. It's right over there. Makes this room smell like vanilla buttercream.
I've got something down here. I believe it's like some ocean blue going at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda is your Scentsy contact and unofficial sponsor of the show, and she has some awesome Scentsy buddies. And it's, before we can bring him in, he disappears.
There you go.
It's a prerequisite of a.
It's not a third co-host if they don't have technical issues.
And they're going to come back, and we're going to play this. I feel like I'm playing pickleball. This is my practice to pickleball. Before we bring in, if he lasts long enough, bring him into the show. Can you give us a demonstration of shredding paper, and people will see why?
Well, my shredder's back there.
You're not
going to see it.
I could hear it. I could.
Yeah, well, it's close enough. I mean, you're not going to see it though. It's a small shredder behind me. I don't know if you can.
It was very loud. Could you shred a piece of paper though?
It's right there.
Like, do you have a piece you could?
I'll take a piece of paper out of the book.
No, don't do that.
Well, it's just a blank piece of paper.
Yeah, but you're going to run out of pages.
Well, I don't have anything else.
All right, forget it. It's just take my word for it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we've got a lot of stuff to get to tonight.
Hold on, what is this? Wait, let me see what this is.
It's probably a ticket you haven't paid yet.
Oh, no, that's my Peruvian chicken sauce. I'm going to take a piece of paper out of here. Hold on. And I will demonstrate a paper shredder. I don't know if they have paper shredders up in Canada. But
hang on. I need to write something down.
All right. Can you see my shredder right there?
I'm writing something down.
He's not looking. Hold on. I have to wait.
Oh, I just need the sound effect.
But no, you want to see now. You want me to demonstrate. So this has become more than a audio thing. So you see my shredder right there. I'm pointing to it.
We'll bring him on full camera here, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a minute. All right. So here we go. This is what I was dealing with.
So right there. See that right there?
Yes.
That is my shredder.
All right. So this was the noise on the pre-show. This is very loud, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm shredding paper.
Okay, so keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, he was doing this non-stop. He was like a burglar, like a mafia guy. He shredded about the last 10 years of records, whatever the hell he had in there.
I was shredding. I tell you exactly what I was shredding. So I had an idea. Instead of trying to get the stories on my phone, I'd print them out.
Yes.
And I'd have them in front of me.
Yes.
But because they're printing from these shitty websites, there's ads all overlaid on them and like the sentences cut off. So I'm not going to be able to read it. And it's like 9,000 pages because it prints the whole fucking thing. So there was no way I was going to be able to do it. So that's what I was shredding. I was shredding a stack of paper like this that was going to be tonight's stories.
I can help you with that. By the way, Jason wants to know if it's a Banksy shredder.
I hope Banksy gets eye rot. I don't care. Fuck him.
Who the hell is Banksy? Anyway, I can show you a trick. What I used to do is you copy and paste the actual words into a Word document, and then you print the story.
Oh,
that's what I do.
I guess I could do that. I was just trying to go to the sites and print them out real quick so I have them in front of me.
Anyway, bring in our friend, and we'll get to the show.
Yes, coming to you from the Paris of the I forget what the hell it was called now.
I forget too.
Paris of the Macedonian Mountains.
Yeah, the Paris of fucking Middle Pennsylvania, whatever the fuck it's called. The only two-time loser of Believe It or What, ye of little to no internet connection, the horizontal wonder himself, Scotty and Chair.
Hey guys, what's up?
Before if I have to cue anything up, do you have a major announcement? Oh, he does. Hang on.
Nope, I got notebook. No, we added notebook.
But that's not a Scotty major announcement.
No. But I'd seen something silly, or not silly, but something in the same vein as Scotty and Chair.
Now, another Scotty and Chair. Major announcements. Go ahead if you must.
There you go.
There's an artist that I follow. His name is Louis Lang and the Bombs. He is in Paris. And he has been showing pictures of a guitar cabinet going around visiting certain places in Paris.
And you shared that in the Facebook group, but you shared it a little late. So next week, we will bring that story on air.
Yep.
So you know what? Fuck that. You did it first. Sue him. Send him a cease and desist. Tell him to go fuck himself. You did it first. Scotty and Chair is the originator of odd shit in weird places.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna have to go sue him now. I don't know what the international laws are for that, but we'll have to go look for it. The band is actually really, really good.
We will support you. Although we were off to a rocky start in our relationship, you have our eternal backing. So you do have a notebook. So
I have a notebook.
All right. So we're going to perhaps get some show name suggestions. What we do, ladies and gentlemen, is we ask at the end of the show for everyone to submit their show names suggestions. And I've already written one down, and I'm usually I'm behind things. Someone should probably write down, is that a Banksy shredder? I have no idea what that means.
I will write that down. Banksy is a fucking stupid graffiti artist that everybody thinks is like this big shit.
Oh, okay. See, I'm a little on some of these things, but I do have our first major Cave Crew Radio announcement coming up, and I love how we can add all this stuff. And I won't play breaking news because I'm going to play this.
Fact or fiction? True or false? Right or wrong? Let's go. It's time to play Believe It or What?
And I do appreciate the compliment, Facebook user. Anyway, for what seems to be the longest time, we have been running a tournament, ladies and gentlemen. It goes way, way back. Internally, we used to play this game called Believe It or What. And we do have a major announcement that next Friday, April Fool's Day, April 1st, will be the second of our semifinal matches between Guru Stu, a.k.a. Afka, a.k.a. Choo Choo Stew, versus the lovely Amanda, our Sensi salesperson, and also the winner of Choo Choo Mania 2. So, yes, Jason Scott, so far you are in the lead. It's been a rocky tournament, guys. Ripka didn't show up, so Scotty came in as the wild card. And then Mike Denver, a.k.a. Mike Devine, did a really good job of defeating my wife, Isbia. And then he didn't show up. And then Jason Scott, by the hair of his chinny chin, defeated himself to get that spot in the first semifinal match to see who is going to face you. But now before you guys is Guru Stu and Amanda, and let's give it our preview before next week. Anyone?
Oh, I thought you were going to play something.
Yeah, me too. I was.
Give me your. Go ahead.
I'm going Amanda.
As a two-time loser, who are you picking?
Amanda.
Scotty's going with Amanda to win.
This is really, really difficult because Stu has played the game long before it was a tournament. Me and him played it every week. But Amanda always says, "Oh, I don't know these answers. I don't know. I just gets them all right."
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who to pick in this one.
Amanda is like the Cinderella of Cave Crew Radio. She just does what she needs to do. She is the winner. Now, mind you, Stu, with much controversy, won Choo Choo Mania 1.
Right.
Amanda won Choo Choo Mania 2.
Against the person that's waiting in the wings, Jason Scott.
Sepia. Jason Scott, by the way.
That's right. The sepia kid.
Yeah. Captain Canada, he calls himself.
There you go.
I can't predict this one. I believe it's too tight to call, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen Stu pull answers out of his ass. Amanda has surprised me. I'm not underestimating anyone's intelligence. This is going to be a good one, and I can't wait for it to play out.
Let me also point out, too, that
hopefully she doesn't have the kids next week.
Right. Well, that would be bad. That would be an advantage to Guru Stu. But let me also point out, I am the only American left.
Yes, you are.
It's two Canadians and a Brit that's left in this tournament.
Yes, the Americans have let you down.
They've not even shown up. Ripka didn't show up for round 1. Mike Devine didn't show up for round 2. They're not even showing up for this tournament.
So either they're definitely afraid of you or your people, and you forgot about Scotty. He's an American, and he lost twice.
Yes.
Jason says there's no kids next weekend. She's got no excuse. And Jason is, someone's got to write this down. The challenge of the Commonwealth.
I'm writing this.
Love it. We haven't even got into any stories yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a lot of fun. It's a trivia contest. We're getting down there, and one person will be facing off against Sepia, Jason Scott. And Scotty even faced Jason Scott. And he's going for Amanda in this. He's all Team Canada.
He's well, Scotty, I mean, not for nothing. All I heard about was the trivia master, the trivia champion.
I'm the greatest.
I am.
I date back to 2009.
Oh my gosh.
This is all I hear, that I'm going to get the belt back. I'm the champion. I'm this, I'm that.
Yeah.
And much like when Buster Douglas went into Japan, Mike Tyson, went into Japan to face Buster Douglas and got knocked out twice.
Hey, Stuttering Stu is in the chat.
Stu.
There's only one champion.
Studio.
See, you thought exactly like me.
That's right.
He said there's only one champ. Next week it is. Good evening, Facebook user.
There you go. So Scotty faced off against Jason Scott. Lost in a that was the match of the first round. I mean, they went back and forth. That was a heavyweight battle.
It was good.
It was good.
Lying down sideways, by the way.
That's right. He was the horizontal wonder.
Yeah,
horizontal wonder.
But he lost that match, and then because CJ didn't show up, Scotty was drawn as the wild card. Came in to face Guru Stu, and really lost handily. And it was he just outright was defeated by Stu.
Yeah.
So my Americans have let me down this entire tournament.
It's okay. I have to get a sound clip of that because the name of the segment used to be Stump Scotty.
Ooh.
Yeah. What's the name of that segment back on Double Talk Radio back in the day? All right, kids, you ready to play? We got some great news stories for you ahead. We got Mike Jolitz coming up as well. Everyone seems to stick around and love Mikey. Yeah, you've got the news. Next week's going to be big, but we've got some fun stories, and Stu might like this next story.
Now it's time for the news with our senior correspondent, the Big B.
I have to get to them. Hold on.
This is why you got to print them. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, someone said they did not get a welcome. I would like to do a group welcome to all Facebook users. One of the Facebook users remembers Stump Scotty. If you people would click that little thing when we put up the show, it says click here to give us permission to use your name in chat, I wouldn't be multiplyingly talking to 15 different Facebook fucking users. Mrs. DK is one of them. Yes, she would remember Double Talk Radio.
Short Side says it's not working.
Yes, we got to come up with a better system. Short Side, I agree. But hello, all you Facebook users. And if I tell one Facebook user to fuck off, don't take it personally because I have mixed up people before. Remember when there was two Mels?
That was good.
Yes, and I thought it was my wife, and I told Amanda's friend to fuck off and shove it up her ass, and I was sleeping on a virtual couch that night. I don't think the other Melissa has ever come back. Anyway, over to the Queen of England. What do you got?
This coming from the Daily Mail. Headline reads, Queen of Clean. Her Majesty launches her own brand of Sandringham washing up liquid. But it will cost you... It's washing up liquid.
Washing up liquid.
But it will cost you £14.99. The Queen has launched her own brand of posh washing up liquid at a whopping £14.99 a bottle. After it was revealed, she loves doing the dishes.
Oh, I bet she does. I bet you the Queen of England has not done the dishes twice in her freaking life.
Her Majesty has started selling bottles of washing up liquid at her Sandringham estate in Norfolk for almost 10 times the cost of fairy liquid.
Fairy liquid? What is that?
I have no idea.
Hang on. You keep going. I'm trying to show Isbia how to click.
Okay. The natural dishwash, which has the scent of coastal walks. What the hell is a scent? Can our Sensi representative, Amanda, chime in here and tell me what coastal walks smell like?
Please do.
And it has the Royal Sandringham Estate logo on the front of the 500 milliliter bottle. A label on the bottle states, inspired by a shared passion for protecting our environment, we have collaborated with Norfolk Natural Living to create our dishwash just 10 miles from the estate using the finest botanical ingredients.
Fairy liquid.
Hold while I write things down.
Oh, yeah.
This is the land of the druids and shit, right? So I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I was showing Isbia, who is, I listen to you all the time, how to click and get your name on the damn show.
It comes after royal expert and author Harry Mount recently recalled a former royal courtier telling him how the Queen washed up after a shooting lunch at Wood Cottage on the Sandringham estate where Prince Philip spent his retirement. I don't know what the shooting lunch is.
This sounds like running the well at the Riverton Friends Center to me.
If only you were in our individual chats. Former royal butler Paul Burrell also revealed the Queen likes to wash up in her marigolds when she stays on her estate in Balmoral.
Okay, so she takes, like, let's say a bowl of water, and she carries it out, and instead of washing her hands in soap in the basin, she goes out to her marigolds.
I guess. I don't know. And Facebook user, no, we can't see your name. The washing up liquid comes just a month after the Queen launched her own brand of dog perfume, which is on sale at her Sandringham estate in Norfolk. Can you answer me a question? Can any short size in fucking
Short size is telling us that fairy liquid is a household staple.
Short Side, I have a question for you. Is the Queen broke? Is the royal family out of money? Are they living on a budget? Because she's trying to sell shit on the side. She's got a side hustle because she has no money.
Jason Scott thinks that Prince Andrew has broke them.
Oh, really? Marigolds are rubber.
See, this is why Short Side won't come on the show. But Scotty, you got to start learning this shit. Stu used to able to. Stu tells us that marigolds are actually rubber gloves that you buy at the $1 store.
There you go. And Short Side chimed in as well, saying yellow gloves.
But can I just show people something? Here is a Facebook user. Hello, gentlemen. Mike Jolitz. Who will be coming up very shortly. That's how you are a proper Facebook user. Anyway, so yellow gloves are marigolds. Is anybody? And I don't understand this because now the English guys are talking back and forth without us understanding. They are not short of a few bob.
I don't know what that means.
Bob is short for Robert over here. Anyway, back over to you, Big B. So we're wondering if she's broke. We're wondering what's going on. She's got this elaborate new dish soap that smells of what again?
Coastal Walks.
Coastal Walks.
And I would love for Amanda to chime in and explain to us exactly. Like, I mean, Scentsy has these elaborate smells, and they're beautiful, and we get them on the webpage, and we look, and we burn them, and we don't burn them, but we light the Scentsies in our house, and they're me. How does one come up with a coastal walk? Exactly what ingredients go into a coastal walk? Seawater,
sand, and loneliness.
Hang on a minute.
Pause while he writes things down. Her Majesty, who is an ardent dog lover, created a special royal cologne for pampered pooches, which comes with a price tag of £9.99. She collaborated with a nearby company, Norfolk Natural Living, to make the Happy Hounds dog cologne, which has the essence of, again, coastal walks. She really is a one-trick pony with these fucking scents, isn't she?
Oh, yeah.
The cologne, which helps dogs to get rid of any unwanted odors, is made from witch hazel and a blend of essential oils.
Witch hazel. She hasn't lived this long by the power of the giant diamond.
I want to know why the fuck she's got a side hustle going on that she got to sell shit.
I think it's the redhead. I think it's fucking Harry and that mulatto pig. And they're fucking brainwashing the old lady into being a social influencer and doing all the things they want to do, even though they don't want any part of the kingdom anymore. I think it's Harry and whatever that douche pig is.
But I thought they left. I thought Harry left the royal family. He made this whole big thing. I'm leaving my royaldom and moving out to California.
Don't they live in the States somewhere?
Slut. Yeah, I thought they lived in California with the fucking attention whore.
Of course he is. He's a fucking ginger and he's pussy whipped by the mulatto chick.
I don't know.
The ex-porno star, whoever she is, the old fans girl.
She's a fucking attention whore is what she is.
Yeah, fuck, I hate her. Anyway, yeah. So here we are. The Queen of England, apparently the heir to Fort Knox and all the gold in the entire kingdom is now broke. And she is selling, what did you call it? You didn't call it soap. You called it
washing up liquid.
Washing up liquid. And someone would tap that mulatto chick right up the ass. This is getting out of hand. We're back to normal. Thank God we weren't talking about this stuff on the Sunday matinee.
By the way, just before we leave the story, I had no idea she had 2 corgis, and her second one who died was named Fergus.
Fergus, the corgi. I once had a corgi, believe it or not.
Was it named Fergus?
No.
And did you use washing up liquid on it?
Because it had no tail.
What?
Oh, and perfume.
You would have to ask Isbia about that because it was her dog that I adopted, and the damn thing lived pretty much 20 years. Great dog.
All right then.
Wow.
Anyway, that may be my classic that I cannot read again on the air, but that is a true. That should be Cave Dweller of the Year, whoever that is.
Mm-hmm.
You have to say your name after you post, because Facebook user would tap that mulatto chick in the ass. We have no idea who that is.
Yeah. But I can't say I wouldn't. So, and I have not raped, but mulatto pudding for everyone, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm glad to get the update that you have not raped.
I still have not raped.
Good.
But yet, speaking of asses, whoever that person is has done a great segue, Big B.
That is true.
You have a interesting story,
and that's a perfect picture.
You'll find out in a minute, ladies and gentlemen.
This comes from the Manchester Evening News. The headline reads, "The mum searching for man whose name she had tattooed on her bum on Magaluf girls' holiday." I don't know what Magaluf
is. This is in England, is it not?
Yeah. Yeah.
I noticed she has one of those slat tats on her.
Oh, the tramp stamp.
The tramp stamp, yeah. Anyway.
A mom is looking for a man whose name she had tattooed on her bum a decade ago during a girls' holiday abroad. Kaylee Williams. Huh?
This is like a time capsule.
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't bother to get it covered up or anything. She just waited 10 years to try to find him.
I recently was looking in my two-way mirror and I thought, this is history. It's been marked on my ass for a decade. I think I should investigate.
She started looking up Ancestry.com to see if there was a link somewhere. Kaylee Williams made the spontaneous decision when she visited Magaluf with 4 friends in 2012. Kaylee got the tattoo after the friends bumped into a group of lads who were on a stag weekend together. A man from the group offered to pay for her to get his name on her bum. The next day, she woke to find Daniel Ford tattooed on her left bum cheek.
We need our fact checkers to investigate. That's Ford with an E. Beautiful script writing.
Oh, it was wonderful. The next day, she woke to find Daniel Ford tattooed on her left bum cheek, the name of the man who paid 30 euros for the tattoo.
So was this like a bet between the lads?
I have no idea.
For this, like, so did they say, I don't think there's any alimony in a bunch of them. At least not over here, short side. You need to bear child. But I'm wondering if the lads were in the bar and what do you call these? The lasses were in the bar and you know, they were all drinking, having a good time. Music was playing. And Daniel Ford took the challenge and Danny boy, we'll buy you beer the rest of the night. You get your name tat on the lass's ass.
It sounds like something like that. That's a conversation that would happen. I'll bet you whatever that you can't get your name tattooed on somebody's ass.
Running out of paper, for fuck's sakes. Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy? Realizing that Daniel Ford had returned home to Cardiff the day after, she has never seen him since and wants to get back in touch. Kaylee, a support
in Wales.
This is from Wales, yes.
Yeah.
I apologize. Kaylee, a support worker from Hereford, said, I was on holiday in Magaluf and I'm a bit of a party animal, and I was just having a fun time with my friends.
Just a bit. A few too many bitters, lady.
On one night out, we saw a group of lads from Cardiff. They were all dressed as babies getting a tattoo. They were all dressed as
a
babies.
Literal statement? Like, is this a, like, dressed up as babies? With
like a fetish thing? I don't know. But
Oh.
she says they were all dressed as babies getting a tattoo. It was one of the group's stag weekend. Well, she answers it. They had diapers on and everything.
Oh my!
No.
I was walking past and I was drunk. Out of the blue, something popped into my head and I thought, I will have a tattoo. Quite a lot of people do when they are in places like Magaluf.
I've never been to Magaluf, but anyway.
Would you wear a diaper and get tattooed while in Magaluf?
First of all, the guys with the diapers didn't tattoo themselves permanently. They were allowed to leave their fetishes behind them in Magaluf. Unfortunately, this young lady was not so fortunate. Diapers are a costume. Not that I'm defending it. And to clear it up right now, Big B, I do not go in public dressing as a baby. But at least those guys could drop it, go back to Swansea or wherever the fuck they're from and go on with their normal lives. She's the one with the tramp stamp and Daniel Ford on her left buttock.
Jason Scott's very observant and is very turned off by her old-looking elbows.
Maybe the queen could pass her some of that washing liquid.
Amanda, keep your elbows young.
Joel, it's a great question, though. If you are dressed up as a baby, walking around Wales, again, never been there, where would you keep your ID and your money?
It's very good point.
Facebook user says they also have not worn a diaper as an adult. Great participation in the chat, ladies and gentlemen.
Shall we start taking a poll? Who has not worn a diaper as an adult? Please raise your hand and or say yes in the
Not
chat.
quite of that age yet where I need a depends.
This guy who I got chatting to in the group said, "Why don't you have my name tattooed on you? I will pay for it." At first I thought he was joking, so I did, and he paid for it. So she thought he was joking, but went ahead and did it anyway.
Right. So here's a slut based on the tramp stamp. And a man dressed as a baby speaking in a pub in Maglawach. He leans over and says to her, "I will pay to have my name tattooed on your ass." She agrees, and the proof is in the pudding.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Scott has also not worn a diaper as an adult.
Very nice. Keep it coming.
And he thinks she was having a midlife crisis based on the age of her elbows. But keep in mind, Jason Scott, the tattoo is 10 years old. It's actually held up pretty good.
Yeah, it actually she took care of it, apparently.
What I find fascinating about all this, guys, is like, okay, at least you put it there. Okay, you're wearing pants, you're wearing a skirt, whatever you're wearing other than that thong, no one's going to know that you have Daniel Ford tattooed on your ass.
Right.
She now has a need to go back in time to find a guy who dressed like a baby and reconnect.
And make it public, by the way.
Facebook user has also not worn a diaper.
Very nice. Keep it going.
Here, we've got a little bit of class on this show.
Yes, we're all a classy bunch that haven't raped or worn adult diapers.
Gone is the "I've not raped yet." The next Mike Jolitz next week will say, "I have not yet worn a diaper." Anyway, her ass is not doing anything for me anymore. Is there any more to this story?
It goes on, but she can't find him.
Find him, I guess, is the last question.
No, she hasn't found him.
She hasn't found him yet. Yes, short side. It's usually a wise idea to drink. I'm going to open a beer myself. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know or can find Daniel Ford with an E, help us out. We can get these two back together. And yeah, in my opinion, at the end of the story, they're both fucking weirdos. I think we should go to Mike Jolitz so we can regather ourselves, and then we'll go back to our stories.
We can do that, and then we can reset with
reset
going abroad.
Yeah, we're going to go to Russia next, are we not?
We are.
We've got a couple stories from Russia that you might be interested in, and I do believe for the grand finale, we do have a Florida story for you. So you're not going to go anywhere. Anyway, no one ever goes anywhere when we bring this up. I also have a local story. Don't forget to.
I can't wait to hear the local take.
Yeah, and that can come at any time. But ladies and gentlemen, a very dear friend of ours, and a bigger star than we'll ever be, from the Mike Jolitz Show. It is time for Mike Jolitz Reads the News.
Don't go anywhere. There's lots more on the way.
Hello, Cave Crew Radio. Hey, everybody, it is now time for Mike Reads the News. The iSharp Music Awards were on TV this past Tuesday. I actually watched some of it. It was hella short on the metal, though. And yes, it sucked. Am I right, Big B? 35 years ago, Anthrax released Among the Living. Love that album. And yes, I had the record. First song I heard was Indians. Been a fan since. Jim at work was traded to another team. Damn it, Jim. We got a number 2 pencil and a case of White Claw in the trade, though. Mike Joel Show was once again not nominated in the super short podcast category. Yeah, maybe not. The Grammy yanked Yee, the artist formerly known as Kanye West, from the lineup over his online activity. It's also because he's a crazy fucker. Aerosmith starts a residency in Vegas this upcoming June. That would be cool to see, but I probably would have preferred to see them in the early 90s or 80s. Shit. It was 30 years ago. I feel old. And finally in the news, Biden's rating fell to below 40% in a recent Reuters poll. I did a poll as well. 100% of Republicans don't approve of him. Weird. Alrighty, guys. It is now time for the tidbits. It's not headlines. It's just little tiny pieces of shit. Yeah. Did you know that semen comes out at 20 miles an hour? I did not know that. Yeah. Gas is over $6 a gallon on average now in Los Angeles. It's fucking crazy. Yeah. COVID show is ending this year. I'm ambivalent about it. Yeah. Wrestler Scott Hall, a.k.a. Rectum Ramon, died on Sunday. Yeah. And finally in the tidbits, actor William Hurt died as well on Sunday. Yeah. Alrighty, guys, it is now time for your weather. Heading up to Windsor, Ontario, Canada, where DK lives. On Saturday, it's going to be 43 degrees. Sunday, 32 degrees. And Monday, it is going to be 18 degrees. Heading over to Queens, New York.
Sir Big B.
Saturday, 55 degrees. Sunday, 49 degrees. And Monday, a windy 36 degrees.
Sir Big B.
Cover up all your loose bits there. Heading over to Pittsburgh, where Scotty and Chair live. 50% chance of snow on Saturday and 42 degrees. Sunday, 35 degrees. And Monday, it'll be 36 degrees. And finally out here on Saturday, it's going to be a hot 94 degrees. Sunday, it'll be 91 degrees. And Monday, for some ass reason, it'll be 79 degrees. What the hell? Yeah, Arizona weather. All right, guys. Well, that does it. This Mike reads the news. Thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you guys have a great show. Choose ciao and auf Wiedersehen. I will be talking to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Search Cave Crew Radio.
He is larger than life.
Love Mike reads the news.
Absolutely.
I need to ask Mike what I have to worry about as far as snakes and scorpions go when I go out to Arizona.
You just buy those. What are those helmets you were going to buy?
A pith helmet?
A PIF helmet. Make sure everyone is wearing a PIF helmet, and everyone will be fine.
It's not going to save me from a snake bite.
I'd like to do another Cave Crew survey.
Huh?
I'd like to do another Cave Crew radio survey.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Was anyone aware that sperm went at 20 miles an hour?
I was not.
I think if women knew that, every girl would be a virgin. I think this is Mikey says, most scores and snakes are way out there in the desert, but you've got to take Big B. I want him to drink cactus juice and run from scorpions.
Why would I drink cactus juice?
You got to do that for me, Mike.
It's not 1923 and we're in the middle of the fucking Dust Bowl where I have to find a cactus and drink cactus juice.
Are you going to be anywhere near the OK Corral?
That's in
Doc Holliday and what's his name fought the battle.
That's in Kansas.
Oh, okay. It's not that far a drive.
Yes, it is.
You live in the smallest country in the world. It's not like going from Ontario to Nova Scotia.
Well, let's put it this way. If I'm out there for 5 days, it would take me more than a day to get to Kansas from Arizona.
Are you going to go to Area 52?
That's in New Mexico.
It's the same place.
It's a completely different state.
Can't you hire a helicopter and get us some stories?
I can do a helicopter tour over the Grand Canyon. You know, the kind of helicopter where Kobe Bryant crashed and died.
Excuse me, I have to write something down. Big B could piss on the Alamo.
Again, that's in Texas. All things that I will be nowhere near when I make my way out to Arizona and spend a little bit of time with our buddy Mike Jolitz. But what I will do is
lucky. Will you guys at least record something for me? I would like to see you and Mike Jolitz in a Rubik's Cube match.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. But
Mike Jolitz is an expert at the Rubik's Cube. I want to see Big B versus Mike Jolitz in a Rubik's Cube match.
It's probably not going to happen. But what I am going to do is I'm going to bring out the book when I go out to Arizona, and I'm going to have Mike Jolitz autograph this book. So it'll be worth even more.
That book is going to be more than an Andy Warhol painting.
And I think I may go Facebook Live when it happens.
Cool.
God, this is going to be good, ladies and gentlemen. You are definitely going to want to tell your friends to join the Cave Crew Radio group. All right. Over to Russia. Most of the talk has been about the war, but we have a story about a popular American franchise, and we also have video on this when you're ready, Big B. But tell us this story right here. Why is he not fighting for Russia?
Well, I could give you 300, 400, 500 reasons why.
He's bigger than a tank.
So everybody knows what's going on between Russia and the Ukraine, and a lot of businesses are pulling their business out of Russia and ceasing all ties with Russia. McDonald's is one of them. This coming from the New York Post. Headline reads, Russian McDonald's fan chains himself to eatery in attempt to prevent closing.
They call McDonald's an eatery.
A Russian man was not loving it that McDonald's was about to shutter its stores in the country amid the invasion of Ukraine. So he chained himself to one of the eateries in Moscow in a last-ditch attempt to keep it open.
Right.
It's
going to do something.
The Golden Arches fan, identified as Luka Safronov, was filmed staging his protest hours before the burger giant was set to temporarily close its 850 restaurants in Russia.
Wow.
That would actually represent a large amount of the franchises, I would imagine.
That's huge. Closing down is an act of hostility against me and my fellow citizens, Safronov reportedly yelled as customers flocked inside to grab their last Big Macs and other staples before the chain closed down its operations. Police eventually dragged Safronov away from the chaotic scene. His dramatic demonstration came after the company president and CEO, Chris Kaminsky, explained to the employees that closing the stores was the right thing to do. As we move forward, McDonald's will continue to assess the situation and determine if any additional measures are required. What additional measures would be required if they closed the stores? What else are they going to do?
Well, that's going to come up in the next story.
Well, yes, that is true.
But I have a video here. I'm going to put this on.
Yep.
Here is video of your friend.
Они не имеют права закрыть то, что они закроют от насилия ко мне и ко всем моим согражданам.
So this dude is really upset. They tell him, look, brother, it's going to open in a month and a half. He don't care. He wants a Big Mac and a large fry and a quarter pounder.
Well, look at him. Do you think he takes no for an answer when it comes to food?
Can we watch this video again? He's so passionate. Just one more time.
А где будете есть, если Макдональдс я найду, где поесть. Тебя несчастный. Они не имеют права закрыть, что они закроют от насилия ко мне и ко всем моим согражданам.
So he's telling us, I'll find somewhere else to eat, but it ain't the same. Dude, we can tell you like your McDonald's. You're having a little bit more than a Happy Meal.
But he went really, really peacefully and easily after he made his statement.
Well, all he's trying to tell them, Big B, is look, I'm a little bit on the heavy side, and I enjoy my McDonald's. Or as he called it, McStrovenhouse. I feel very badly for the young man.
But there's hope on the horizon.
There is hope on the horizon, ladies and gentlemen. We have...
this comes from Newsweek. Russia plans McDonald's alternative, turning the golden arches sideways.
Is someone writing this down?
Russia has suggested opening its own fast food restaurant chain in place of McDonald's with a logo that looks strangely familiar to the fast food giants. The Speaker of Russia's lower house of parliament, Vyacheslav Volodin, last week reflected on McDonald's decision to join other Western companies that had halted operations in Russia in response to its invasion of Ukraine. McDonald's announced that they are closing. Well, good. Close down, Volodin told the lawmakers. Tomorrow there won't be McDonald's, but Uncle Vanya's.
Uncle Vanya's, excuse me. I need to write something down.
I can't wait till Uncle Vanya's opens a chain restaurant here in New York. I am going to be the first in line.
Do you think, but let's be realistic here behind the lines.
Yeah.
Supplies are going to run out.
Yeah.
However, do they have the recipes? Do they have the secret? Do they have the intel that Uncle Vanya's will match McDonald's? And knowing the moronic way that we work over here in the free world, we ain't going to want McDonald's anymore. We're going to want Uncle Vanya.
I can't wait to get my hands on some Uncle Vanya's.
And I guarantee it'll open in New York City before it opens anywhere else.
And I'll be the first in line.
I'm just curious to see who they hire.
I want a fucking t-shirt.
On Wednesday, the executive director of Bellingcat, a Netherlands-based investigative journalism group, Christo Grozev, posted an image of Russia's proposed Uncle Vanya's restaurant logo on his Twitter page.
Why is it B, though?
He captioned the tweet, "The Russian fast food chain that Russian parliament's speaker has proposed to replace McDonald's has filed for this trademark. Not kidding."
Can we get updates on this on a regular basis?
I'm sure we can. The logo features the same color scheme as the McDonald's logo, with the arches in yellow on a red background. The only difference is the famous M has been turned on its side and now has a yellow line connecting the 2 points resembling the letter B, which equates to a V in English.
Okay.
Question. Thank you.
One person in the comment section criticized the logo and noted that a faint vertical line can be seen where the arches join the additional line. McDonald's announced March 8th it would temporarily close. And that's it, basically.
So, Short Side, by the way, in chat says, and I agree with him, I can't wait to see what Uncle Vanya's special sauce tastes like.
Oh, how good is that going to be?
Is there a little bit of vodka? Yeah.
It's like vodka and goat piss is the special sauce. Hold while I write things down.
Yes, that's a good one. I've got writer's cramp during tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so Uncle Vanya's certainly taking over. A Short Side, like to add to your goat piss, lots of beetroot.
Nothing like some good old beetroot.
Lord. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for McDonald's in Russia. We'd like to thank you for listening to the show, by the way. And we'd also like to add that, what did I say, 1,053 in the Cave Crew Radio Group. Search it on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok, on Instagram. We're everywhere you can be found. Please tell people about the show, because our next story, we're going to show you how important we are. We are going to talk about science.
Ooh.
So if you frequent an Uncle Vanya's, you may be actually able to make some money off of that.
Yes.
News 12 in Arizona, where I'm going to in the summer.
Arizona. Yes.
Headline reads, get paid up to $1,200 a month for your poop by a Tempe research company. A research company in Tempe is willing to pay you for, well, your poop. Researchers believe the answer to treating serious illnesses may lie in certain people's stools. People laugh that that's the first thing you want me to do. What? Jenny Starr with Ceres Therapeutics said Good Nature in Tempe will pay $25 to $75 per sample.
Per poo.
Per poo.
I have been known to take 2 a day.
Well, you can get paid $25 to $75 per sample, I guess, depending on the size, the viscosity, the the mealiness of it. I don't know.
What if it's diarrhea?
I don't know.
What if I have Crohn's and colitis?
I think that's where they gauge the 25 to 75. They tell you it's a scale.
I'd be on the lower end.
But you can get up to $1,200 a month.
That's huge as a part-time income.
That, you know what? If I can sit there and shit once a day and hand it into somebody and get paid for it, why not?
Look, we all do it.
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to see what everybody looks at when they're on the toilet. But I usually, I get so much Facebook and all that shit during the day. Usually TikTok is my poop entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have another poll out there in the chat. What is your poop entertainment on a daily basis? So I scroll through Facebook.
This has got to be a record. Hang on, let me get a sound effect here. This is our third poll during the show. I don't even remember what the other two are, but go ahead, Big B. What is your poll?
Well, I scroll through Facebook and watch Facebook videos while I'm on the bowl. You go through TikTok. Scotty does what?
YouTube.
YouTube. See, so it's a very personal thing when you're on the Badoo. What do you people do out there while you're taking a shit? I'm going to bet my wife reads her ebook.
Okay.
Out there or not. Interested to know what Short Sigh and different countries do while they're on the Badoo.
Listed in chat. This is the poll of the night. What do you do while you're on the bowl?
Yeah. Hey, listen. So it's not only naming the show. I mean, you guys got to give it to us. We procure audience participation. Jason Scott says when he's shitting, he's looking at Amazon.
See, so now 4 people, 4 different answers. It really is a unique experience.
Not one person said they are reading the Sears catalog. Jason Scott also listens to Cave Crew Radio.
It helps it all come out that much easier.
Yes. Yes. Short Size says, I eat too much beetroot. Look down and pray I don't have a terrible disease. Yeah, things would get a little bad. I'd be a little.
That's gross.
Anyway, bad idea on my part. Back to the story.
But why would you get paid up to $1,200 a month? Good Nature and their parent company, Ceres Therapeutical, believe that the bacteria in healthy people's stools can help treat a condition called Clostridium difficile, otherwise known as C. diff.
C. diff.
Dr. Andrew Carroll said,
put a mask on your ass.
I don't think that's going to help.
I don't know. How are you going to get rid of C-virus?
Well, that's why they're testing other people's shit.
To see if it's as common as, let's say, lupus.
You could have C. diff. You could have lupus. You could have gangrene. Who knows?
Just put on a smiley face.
Put on a smiley face. Let leprosy overtake your body and lose appendages.
There you go.
Dr. Andrew Carroll said,
gangrene. Holy shit.
What?
Well, you're getting like septic now, gangrene and losing appendages. And I thought we were talking about finding things like bacteria in our bowels.
I don't know what this is, C. diff. I don't know what it is.
I have never heard of it before. But hey, throw it at the government. They need another one. COVID's dying out. So
COVID's dying out. So now we have a shit disease. Everybody shit your pants.
Stay in your house. C. diff is running wild.
See, that's the reason why we were short on toilet paper 2 years ago.
Yeah. They were stocking up in North Korea for the C. diff.
For the C. diff.
Yeah, diff. Sorry, C. diff.
C. diff.
Yeah.
Dr. Andrew Carroll said C. diff is usually a result of antibiotics killing good bacteria in your gut, allowing harmful bacteria that causes C. diff to multiply, causing extreme diarrhea.
As we call it over here, ladies and gentlemen, yogurt. Yogurt. Antibiotics.
It's pretty nasty. As the disease can be challenging to treat. It can be very serious because it can be deadly in some cases. People, you just can't get it under control. Can you imagine having uncontrollable diarrhea? Holy Christ. Short size, C. diff gives you the brown rain.
Writing it down.
Hold while DK writes down C. diff gives you the brown rain. We're going to have wonderful show notes, and I'm sure a absolutely fantastic show title by the end of the night. C. diff is only susceptible to a few antibiotics, and if they are ineffective, we have very few tools to fight off the infection.
So basically, C. diff is stronger than Ebola.
And if you get it, you're going to shit yourself to death because they don't have a cure.
Right. So never mind bleeding out your eyes with Ebola. You would sit there when you have C. diff and you would be saying, God, just give me Ebola.
Whatever your thing is, like I said, I scroll Facebook.
No,
I would get to the very end of Facebook.
The Ebola ass. Or the C. diff ass, whatever it is.
Wait. So if the fucking bitch in California married to the royal had C. diff, you would still tap the C. diff diarrhea ass.
Well, let's wait a minute. And I'd like to clarify something and defend the crown and everything else.
Please, I'm finishing.
If there was ever a definition of a human being that would be C. diff, it is Megan.
She's the human version of C. diff.
Well, her or the vice president of the United States. I mean, there's probably just like streptococcus A and B.
Or the president of the United States.
There's C. diff A and there's C. diff B, right?
Well, her and the vice president of the United States are both whores and fuck their way to their positions. So yeah,
exactly, and that's why the listeners want to tap the ass because the vagina is probably so loose, a fucking tree trunk wouldn't fucking stimulate it.
Oh, poor Harry. Harry's like, it's Harry that's married to her, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Harry's got to be so emasculated in that relationship.
Look, when once you get C. diff, you never go back.
Once you get C. diff, you never leave the fucking bowl.
Well, he left the bowl. He left the kingdom. He ran with the C. diff. He swam with it.
He held hands and loved the C. diff.
I want to proclaim that Harry, William, I like his young lady. They were scuba diving this week, and she seems to be very proper.
Oh, she's wonderful.
Harry, on the other hand, has been running around the world with this C. diff. Forevermore, that is what I shall call her.
I can't wait till the Lifetime movie comes out. Harry and C. diff.
Do I have to call her Princess C. diff?
Well, he disavowed his royal familyness.
Yeah, he's not royalty anymore.
So he's not a prince, so she's not a princess.
Right.
She's just a fucking attention-seeking whore.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready?
Uh-oh.
This is usually something people really like. Let me bring this up. Let me bring our sound effect. Here we go.
Everyone from Florida is stupid.
Cave Crew Radio presents Florida in the news.
This comes from CBS 12 News in Florida. The headline reads, "Male prostitutes and porn on duty. Ex-girlfriends tell all leads to PVSO deputies firing."
That is far too long, by the way, for a show name.
That is way too long for a show name.
That's bigger than superfracalcilistic.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah.
Spell it.
Not a chance.
Exactly. This coming from West Palm Beach, Florida. An extremely bad breakup led to Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputy getting into deep trouble. His ex-girlfriend gave a laundry list of allegations to the sheriff's office, which found he violated policy after policy. The Internal Affairs Investigation report said it was alleged Deputy Sheriff Joshua Brack engaged in misconduct and or committed various crimes while on and off duty. It was also alleged Deputy Sheriff Brack disseminated agency information by sending a crime scene video to an unauthorized individual, sent nude and explicit photographs of himself to his work email, while on duty and in uniform, neglected to respond to an in-progress call for service, and possessed unauthorized weapons in his patrol vehicle.
How do you or, by the way?
Engaged in misconduct and or committed various crimes. Well, I guess things aren't proven yet. So it's alleged. Yes, so it's alleged.
Gotcha.
The trouble for Joshua Brack started in June 15th, 2021, when his ex-girlfriend called PBSO about a civil dispute, and a sheriff's deputy went to their apartment in Belglade. Brack and his girlfriend of 2 years had broken up. They'd lived together for 9 months. The ex-girlfriend, according to the report, stated her ex-boyfriend's family members showed up at her residence to retrieve personal items of his after he already moved out and collected the remainder of his stuff. But while on scene, the ex-girlfriend volunteered the following information on Deputy Sheriff Brack. Deputy Sheriff Brack allegedly sent money to different males after having sex with them. Some incidents occurred while he was on duty.
He was in the uniform and banging these boys.
He was doing Magic Mike while fucking Leroy was fucking committing crimes on the corner.
He was ignoring the 5-0 call.
Exactly. Deputy Sheriff Brack allegedly engaged in traffic enforcement and seized marijuana from individuals, never turned it into evidence, and brought it home for his ex-girlfriend to sell.
Over in Florida.
Deputy Sheriff Brack allegedly engaged in traffic enforcement and would take money from people. He allegedly drove his ex-girlfriend around in his marked officer vehicle while on duty when assigned to District 13 to include a shooting in South Bay. So he brought his chick along while there was a shooting going on.
You're going to love this, sweetie. We're just going to take you around.
He allegedly sent his ex-girlfriend videos and photographs from calls he responded to. While on and off duty, Deputy Sheriff Brack allegedly photographed his penis and sent it to males he met on his Grindr social media application.
Oh. This guy is the coat of many colors. He's all over the place.
He allegedly responded to large Hispanic communities while in District 15 to randomly search people and keep their belongings. The report also said the ex-girlfriend gave the responding deputy a picture of a crash into a home and video of a crime scene where a dead person was laying in the roadway.
Beautiful.
The responding deputy took the information and potential evidence and called his boss, the IA, report stated, IA being Internal Affairs.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Can I just interrupt? This is why when I come home from work, how was your day? Not bad.
Right.
What did you do? Not much. I'm not sending pictures of my penis and dead bodies.
So within the Internal Affairs report, she showed a detective text messages which indicated he had a relationship with another man and was apologizing. So he was apologizing to his ex-girlfriend for fucking other men on duty. Also from the report, she alleged he was sending money to other men, and in return they would send him nude photographs of their genitals and or of them in sexual poses.
So in the sexual poses, there would be no genitalia.
Well, there could be. There was photos of the genitals and or.
Right. This and or is really catching me tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's like the new catchphrase. And or.
And or. She alleges he would take money from and property from individuals he counted on duty. Center photographs and videos from crime scenes. The video collected on scene by the responding deputy of a man lying in the roadway who has been struck by a vehicle.
Did any of these people have C. diff?
It doesn't say.
Okay.
She alleged he did not keep up with their bills and believed he was spending his money on male prostitutes and pornography. So instead of paying the electric bill, he was paying Grindr $9.95 a month to watch male porn.
So do you think Jenny from the block or whatever his girlfriend's name is should have seen any red flags before she went for all this press and dragged all this out? Would you not see a red flag at some point? He's sending you pictures of dead bodies. He's driving you around like it's a safari to see shootings in Compton. He's taking pictures of male penises and genitalias, which and or may be in sexual positions.
And or with their genitalia out.
Right. Just curious, as I often am on this show. Short Size says, fuck me. He's the original bad lieutenant.
That is very, very, a very astute point by Short Size. He is the original bad lieutenant. And then it goes into detail on it goes into like they put a GPS in his car and then detailed each individual day of what he did.
I don't want you to read anymore.
It's a long way. I'm not reading anymore.
I just would like to know, is there any more and or?
I'm sure there is at least one more.
That's some kind of legal scapegoat. Red flags and rent, boys. All right.
What the hell is this?
I don't know. Do you want to share it?
Jason Scott sent this to us. Oh. Going back, can I have some breaking news?
Yeah, hang on 1 second here. I think we can.
We now pause this nonsense and go to the CCR breaking news update.
So the story we had a few stories ago with the ass tattoo and Daniel Ford, our good friend Captain Canada, Jason Scott, did some sleuthing for us and came across this picture.
Okay, hang on.
That we believe to be the Daniel Ford with his kids.
The black man.
The guy in the middle. And right down there, it says Daniel Ford from 2016.
Okay, so Jason, you need to reach out to this guy. He's probably on some baby Reddits or something. I'm quite sure that gentleman wore diapers and had his name tattooed on that young lady's ass. I have a short story to add before we name the show.
I can't. I've been looking forward to this.
So since I did the breaking news, I can't do that again. I will do just a fucking doorbell. So short say a black dude in Cardiff, Wales. I guess that's not common, but he probably flew from Atlanta because I'm assuming if you want to dress up like a baby, you want to get as far away from home as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, just to show you locally, we always pick on Florida and all these other places. Like now Wales is the Florida of Europe, apparently. I I have a local story where a woman trying to feed squirrels was caught up in some confusion. A Wallaceburg woman, not too far from here, about 30 minutes, found herself in a sticky situation after nearby contractors thought she was throwing feces at them. Chatham Kent police say officers went to the area of Margaret Avenue around 3 p.m. Tuesday for a report of a tenant throwing excrement at contractors on site. However, investigators found the 54-year-old woman was trying to feed the neighborhood squirrels by throwing bags of peanut butter off her balcony. The police cautioned the woman to stop throwing objects, and no charges have been laid. How are the squirrels going to get the peanut butter out of the bag?
I would assume they'd have to chew through the bag,
which is probably not healthy for the squirrels.
I don't think how old is she? She's 80 something, whatever. 54. I misheard. I thought she's 84.
No, 50.
Okay, well then my explanation goes right out the window. I was going to say she's 84. She's, kind of losing it.
Well, she could be on fentanyl. She could be nuts anyway.
She could be on Flocka.
And short size says, since when does peanut butter? That's the part of the story that shocks me more than anything. This goes to show you the kind of world that I live in. No shootings, no bombings. Construction workers are concerned that a woman with peanut butter in a bag trying to feed squirrels is throwing feces at them. I can also see their side of the story as well.
Sure. I mean, they don't know what it is. And of course, if you're seeing these bags of brown substances falling from above, you're not going to want to touch them and investigate.
But would you call 911? Or would you say, ma'am, we're trying to work here?
Oh, and I would not call 911, no.
Like, what is she, the feces terrorist? Like, holy fuck, we're being bombed.
While I write things down.
We're being bombed by feces off floor 4. And Shorts Eye is a very good point. She may have had the C. diff.
She very possibly could have had the C. diff. The toilet has been clogged. It's overflowing. She doesn't know how to get rid of it. She's going back to the year 835 and throwing it out her window.
It's obvious that Wendy Williams was on repeats because she is now pooping in fucking bags and arming herself to attack the construction workers below with her feces.
Oh my goodness.
Is infected by C. diff. That's all I got. I just wanted to let you know that even in my little part of the world, weird news can still embark on the show.
Good times.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, is the fun part of the show. Scotty brought a piece of paper. We got Short Eye in the room. I see some other people in chat. This is when we name the show. I have so many things written down. You don't need to include all of them, but I'm going to read a few. This was actually one of my favorites. It's obviously not going to be a show name. Comes from the Mike Jolitz segment. Jim at work was traded to another team. Not exactly sure how that happened. He also said Big B could piss on the elbow.
Right.
But I do have a few favorites. I would like to nominate Seawater, Sand, and Loneliness. I would like to also add C. Diff gives you the brown rain. I would like to also add washing up liquid. But my all-time favorite, ladies and gentlemen, and what I think would make for an excellent show name is and ... or. And or is my nomination for this week's show.
There you go.
Scotty, what do you got?
I've got Fairy Liquid.
Well, that was good too.
I have the Seawater, Sand, and Loneliness.
Yeah, that was good. I like that one.
Happy Hounds Perfume.
That was good too.
Let's see.
What was
washing up in marigolds?
Oh yeah, that was good too. What was your favorite?
I'm gonna go with Fairy Liquid.
Fairy Liquid. Okay, there's your second nominee. I'm gonna say that Big B has 6. Scotty?
I'm gonna go 5.
DK, you are the winner.
It's been a few weeks. All right,
So
let me have a sip before I start writing.
please, I will start off with 2 that I was asked to write down. And it was very early in the show, so it was just something to get us rolling. First off, is that a Banksy shredder? I will wait till he is finished.
Done.
Next one, as we were talking about, believe it or what, very early on in the show, Challenge of the Commonwealth.
Ooh,
Yeah, I have that written down too.
Next up, now we get into the thick of things. I have Fairy Liquid.
Oh, once again.
What's good? We Fairy Liquid. It seems like a good name, but we don't know what Fairy Liquid is. It could be very catching.
Have to go back and listen. That had to do with the Queen.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Next up is Yellow Gloves Are Marigolds.
An excellent show note.
Now coming down to the final 2. I was all in on this one until something else took precedent. Vodka and goat piss.
I forgot.
I've got that one too. That one was good.
I was all in on that one. That was going to be my nomination until less than 5 minutes ago when DK declared the old lady the feces terrorist.
I would agree with that one. I like that one.
All right, hang on a minute.
Facebook user says you are still drinking the Canadian piss water.
Yes, I am. I do enjoy a Labatt's Blue. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. We need some help. I said, and or. Both Big B and Scotty at one point mentioned Fairy Liquid. But at the very end, it came up the feces terrorist. I'm going to give you a second to vote in chat before we close off the show. Scotty, you already said that young lady there, or that elderly lady, is the feces terrorist?
I'll go with that one.
And of course, we have Big B's vote. Who am I to question things? Anyone in chat want to say anything?
I am all in with the feces terrorist.
I kind of like that too. I didn't realize I said that. And I'm not seeing anything, and we're going to close out the show. Tell Double K that Rob Saul says hello. You must have the D-Fifth.
C-Diff.
Right here. Rob Saul from the Rob Saul Show. Another great talk radio show, ladies and gentlemen. He's been around since Double Talk Radio. You do not have to tell me that you said hello. I do not have a secretary. But a big hello to Rob Shaw. Vodka feces terrorist? No, it's the feces terrorist. We don't need alcohol involved. Big shout out to Rob Saul, by the way. Rob Saul Show, ladies and gentlemen. If you like talk radio, he's a good time. He's been around since forever on Talk Show. All right, that's it. And, of course, they always leave a pleasant remark. Alrighty then. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to the show. Cave Crew Radio is the name of the show since 2015, ladies and gentlemen. Live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and TalkShoe, and cavecrewradio.com. And I, my friend, love you as well. All right, everybody, take care. Stay safe out there. Don't forget, next week is, believe it or what, the Guru Stew from London, England versus the lovely Amanda in a showdown of trivia to see who advances to the semifinals. You won't want to miss it. It's right here, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Gentlemen, say goodbye.
Later.
See ya, kids.
I want you to pack up and get out.
Get the hell out of here! Go! Just go! Get out! Get the hell out!
Get out! That will conclude this evening's entertainment.
Cave Crew Radio 2022. The tradition lives on.
Shut up! Shut up! And then I tweeted, I have many millions between Facebook and Twitter. It's great. It's like owning a newspaper without the losses. It's incredible.